Oh wow, look how close that is. Oh my, that's really close. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back upstairs sitting in front of a window. Every once in a while I do really enjoy changing the setup a little bit and filming in front of natural light. Every single time I do these videos, you guys seem to really love them as well. I just feel like it's a little bit more of a natural, more chill vibe, and I really enjoy filming these, and it seems like you guys really enjoy seeing the products next to a window since most of us probably get ready every morning in front of natural light. So it's really good for you to see the coloring of the products, the finishes of them in natural light. It just makes it more realistic on camera. So that's what we're doing today. Today I'm just going to be doing a fall inspired makeup look. I've pulled a few products. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to do, but we're just going to kind of go through things together and create a fun fall inspired makeup look. So I just barely finished putting on my brows. I used the Hourglass Arch Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil. I've been really loving this. I use the shade Dark Brunette. And the brow shape looks pretty decent. I might touch it up a little bit after we do a bit more of the makeup, but for now I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, I think I'm gonna do eyes first, just because I don't really know what I want to do on the eyes, and I feel like just in case there's fallout, it's always good to do the eyes first. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep the eyes with this right here. This is the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I use the shade Light, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on the eyelids. The thing I like about this is it acts as a concealer and a primer all in one. And when it dries down, it has a bit more of a powdery finish, which I personally really like. I forgot to bring a concealer brush up here, so I'm just going to blend this out with my fingers today, which actually works better than I thought it would. And I'm making sure to really press that into the eyelid, just so there's no harsh edges anywhere. Okay, that's pretty good for blending it out with my finger. So for eyeshadow today, I really wanted to bring out the Persona Identity palette. This is what it looks like on the inside, and I just feel like these tones are perfect for fall. It's been a minute since I've used this, and so I really felt inspired by these colors. Let's see, what do I want to do? Okay, while I think about it, I'm going to go ahead and start with this shade right here called Humble, and I'm going to take a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH31 brush, and I'm going to start to kind of build that in the crease area and a little bit above as our transition shade. This is a really nice, subtle, soft shade, so it's not going to be a super harsh transition, but since I have pretty fair skin, it will show up a little bit as more of a transition shade. You could also use it all over the lid as a base, but this is always a good way to start any eye look, you know? Especially when you're like me and you don't really know what you're doing yet. So I'm just moving that back and forth, blending it up into this area here and then out toward the end of the brow. Okay, I kind of feel like dipping into this shade right here. This is called Maverick. It's a really pretty cool tone brown. And I'm wanting to start to build that up on the outer corner of the top lid, and I'm kind of buffing that onto the eyeshadow primer, and then as there's less product on the brush, I'm just going to buff that into the crease a little bit. So I'm just continuing to layer that. I'm keeping most of the pigment close to the lashes because I really want the depth and definition to be there. And then I'm just kind of buffing it into the crease slightly. Okay, I'm really liking how this is looking. I'm just building up that same shade Maverick on the outer corners again. I think we'll leave it at that and we'll build up the shimmers, and then we can go back into some of the deeper shades to kind of deepen up the outer corner again. Ooh, I can't decide between Bombshell and Seductive. I feel like Bombshell is such a cool and unique shade. I think that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to take it on my finger, and I'm just going to start to apply this on the eyelid, focusing most of it towards that inner portion of the lid where we didn't have eyeshadow, and then lightly bringing it out toward the eyeshadows on this outer third of the lid. That's such a pretty color. It's like taupe, but it's also kind of olivey. There's almost some silver in there as well. It's such a cool shade. Okay, I'm dipping back into Maverick with that same brush we were just using, and I'm really just trying to buff that on a little bit more just so that there's not any harsh edges between the matte shade and that shimmer shade that we just applied. Okay, now that I'm looking at the eye look, I think I want to add some of this purple. This is called Chic. It's kind of like a cool toned brownie purple. It's not a very bold color, but I just feel like this could be really cool right here on the outer edge. So I'm just going to kind of build that up. Oh yeah, I like that. Right here with a smaller brush. And then as there's less product, I am going to kind of move that into the crease slightly too. And same thing on this eye. Okay, I'm just taking the brush that we were using with the shade Maverick, and I'm not adding any more product on the brush, but I'm just kind of dragging that into the crease a little bit more. When I'm looking in the monitor, that's why I'm looking over here by the way a lot. But when I look in the mirror and the monitor, I just felt like when I open my eyes and look forward that I could use a little bit more shadow higher up here. So I'm just kind of creating that shape with whatever's left on the brush. Okay, next I'm going to take a little bit of that shade called Seductive. And I am going to try to incorporate this kind of on more of the inner portion of the lid. I'm just using my finger. I don't really know how well that's working. Kind of, sort of. We're just going to do the same thing on this eye to even it out. Yeah, I think that's nice actually. Pretty, okay. I'm actually gonna use some eyeliner today, which is not typically like me, but I just feel like kind of smoking out eyeliner on the top lash line will be really pretty. So this is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayon, and this is in the shade Earthquake. And I'm not gonna be too precise with this. I'm just gonna kind of run it along the top lash line, and I'm gonna do one eye at a time. And before the eyeliner dries down, I'm just gonna kind of buff that into the lashes and then kind of smoke it out on the edge a little bit. I just think that makes such a difference. I don't know if you can really tell, but I feel like a soft definition there really adds something extra, but it's not too harsh. It's still very wearable. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this eye. All right, before we move on to the face, I am adding a bit more of that Maverick shade. I really love this shade actually. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more to the outer edges here. Next, I'm gonna take the shade Fearless. And I'm using the same brush that we used to blend out the eyeliner, and I'm just gonna add a bit more depth to this very outer edge here. Adding the powder is also going to set the eyeliner down, so it's gonna really help to make it last even longer. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up any fallout with a makeup wipe. And then I always like to take my finger and just kind of press down the edges just to make sure they're not too harsh. Okay, I really like the eye look. Let's move on to the face now. For a primer, I wanted something a little bit glowy, since in fall usually our skin starts looking a little bit more dry, at least mine does, so I like to have a little bit of radiance added back in. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I don't know why I was acting like there was more to say. This is in the shade 2. And this does have a little bit of coverage, which is kind of nice, because then you don't need as much coverage with foundation if you don't want it, but it just gives you the prettiest radiant finish. So I'm just gonna draw some stripes on the face, and I'm actually going to blend that out with my foundation brush. So just by blending that out all over the skin, I feel like my skin looks super healthy and really glowy, and it looks beautiful under every foundation that I've ever tried it with. For foundation, I'm going to take my dollar store foundation. I love this stuff. This is from Believe Beauty. It's the Skin Finish Foundation, and my shade is called Nude. I'm just going to do one pump on the back of my hand. I'm going to take that same foundation brush. This is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe brush. And I'm just going to start to evenly distribute that all over the skin. I like to take a little bit on the brush, and I like to spread it out as far as I can all over the skin. I just find that that helps me avoid adding too much product. I'm making sure to blend it down the neck a little bit and then in between the brows. I'm not really worried about it being perfect. I'm just kind of distributing it pretty evenly. And then I'm going to take my Eco Tools sponge. I'm going to take what's left on the back of my hand and just press that into the skin. Oh my gosh, you guys, I keep forgetting to tell you, and also thank you, because recently I got this big package on my doorstep, and it's from American Influencer Awards, which is an awards show that they started a couple years ago. So it's pretty new, but it's basically for anyone in the beauty industry. So there's like celebrity hairstylists, there's YouTubers, there's makeup artists, both celebrity and YouTubers as well, Instagram makeup artists. Anyways, this year I was actually nominated, which is wild. You guys are the best for even putting me on the map. But I'm nominated for Emerging Makeup Tutorialist of the Year, which is crazy. I'm just really grateful for that. You guys are the best. And if you guys want to vote, the website is live. I think the voting ends on like the 18th or something like that. I will have it linked down below, and you guys can vote for me if you want to, but I just wanted to thank you guys. Okay, the foundation is nice and blended. Let's move on to concealer. I've been back into this recently. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I love to use the shade Vanilla, and I'm going to apply some of that underneath the eyes. I just love how hydrated this makes the under eye area look, and it also is very smoothing, which are things that I'm kind of looking for, especially in the fall and winter months. I don't want anything that's gonna make my skin look too dry. And this has been perfect. I was going to use this to spot conceal, but between that Charlotte Tilbury primer and the foundation, I feel like my skin looks pretty even. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that same sponge and blend out the concealer on the chin right here and underneath the eyes. And I'm being careful around the edges of the eyeshadow to not stamp over that with the concealer. We don't want to ruin all of our hard work. And I'm also being careful around the eyebrows as well. This edge on the sponge is actually really nice to go around the eyeshadow and the eyebrows. I've been really loving this sponge. Okay, cool. I'm really happy with what the complexion looks like. We're gonna go ahead and set the under eyes. I have a new powder. Well, it's actually not new. It's been in my collection for a really long time, and I never quite got the hang of it. I kept watching Nikki Makeup on Instagram use this powder, and I couldn't get the hang of it, like I said. But I finally did, and I really do love it, especially for when you want your under eyes to look super hydrated. This is the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. It is so finely milled. It's such a weird texture that it takes a minute to get used to. It almost has the texture of all of those HD powders, which to be honest, I don't really use and I don't really like. So at first I thought I wouldn't like this powder because it has that texture, but you just have to kind of get used to it. I like to press it underneath the eyes in just little bits at a time. And it is absolutely invisible. This is an amazing powder if you have dry under eyes or if you have fine lines and wrinkles and you want to set your under eyes with powder but nothing is light enough, like everything starts to accentuate it. This won't. You just need the tiniest amount. And again, I just kind of buff it underneath the eye area and it's seriously undetectable. It also has like hyaluronic acid in it, so it's a hydrating powder, which is really cool, especially when my skin gets dry, you know? I feel like in these colder months, I have to switch my products sometimes, and this is a beautiful powder that I've been really loving recently. You could also use it to set the entire face. I personally just use it for the under eye area. So I grabbed another powder that I've been really loving all over again. This is from Lawless. It's the Classic Translucent Loose Setting Powder. And I'm just gonna take that same small brush and I'm first gonna finish setting the T-zone with this. I just love this powder. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I'm gonna take a bit of a larger brush. Oop, that was a lot of powder. Whoopsies. But I'm just gonna go ahead and press this into the skin just to make sure that my foundation is locked in all day long. I always have to set my entire face. Otherwise, I feel like the coverage on my jawline, which is where I have a lot of hyperpigmentation and stuff, I feel like it always fades if I don't use powder. Some people don't like to set their entire face, but I personally can't leave the house without doing that. If I have foundation on, of course. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. I'm gonna take a smaller brush and dip into Maverick. I'm gonna tap off the extra and then start to buff this along the entire lower lash line. And I'm gonna make sure to really buff it out on this outer edge here, connecting it to the existing shadows. Same thing on this eye. I'm actually just gonna take the same brush and dip into Bombshell, which was the main shade that we have all over the lid. And I'm going to start to apply this on the inner 2/3 of that lower lash line, just right over top of Maverick. Next, I'm gonna take a little bit of Chic, and I'm gonna use this on the very outer corner, just to deepen that up right against the lashes. And then I'm actually gonna take a clean brush and I'm gonna dip into that shade that we used on the top lid as a transition shade. This is called Humble. I'm gonna pinch the brush and just kind of run it right underneath where we just applied all of those shadows, just to create a bit of transition from the dark shadows back into the under eye area. Okay, let's make sure the eyeshadow is where we want it. All right, we're ready for mascara. I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, one of my very favorites. And I'm going to apply 2 to 3 coats on the top lashes and probably just 1 solid coat on the lower. Look at the difference. Honestly, this mascara is to die for. I love it. Okay, once I apply mascara, I feel like I always start to get a good idea of what the end result is gonna look like. It's all kind of a risk until this point in makeup. We're gonna go ahead and warm up the complexion. I'm gonna be using the Pure Bronzing Act Matte Bronzer, and this one is in the shade Light. I love the smell of this. Oh, it smells so good. And I'm just gonna start to warm up the forehead into the hairline, under the cheeks to kind of sculpt and shape those. I feel like mascara and bronzer are like the 2 steps where things really start to come together, you know? Making sure to bronze up the side of the jaw and underneath the chin and a little bit down the neck. I don't want to go too far since I do have a high neck sweater and it tends to get the rim of it a little dirty if I put makeup down too far, but I do want it to look like everything matches, you know? Okay, I'm really loving that level of bronzer for now. You guys probably already know I'm gonna add more later. I'm gonna take the Revolution and Soph highlighter palette, and I basically always use the same 2 shades. I love mixing these 2 right here. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm just going to start to layer this onto the high points of the face. I like to move in a C shape around the brows, of course on the cheekbones, and then a little bit of what's left on the very front of the cheeks. Same thing on this side. I also love to highlight right here in the center of the nose, and then I drag it down a bit. I don't drag it all the way down. And then a little bit on the Cupid's bow. I'm just gonna make sure that the apples of the cheeks are nice and glowy. This is such a pretty, natural, but visible highlight. I really, really love this. It doesn't have any sparkles to it, at least those 2 shades that I used. I absolutely love them. Okay, the foundation on the lips is bothering me, so I'm just gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna add blush next. I felt like this color would be so pretty with the eyeshadow palette, and I have to say, I feel like it's gonna be really nice. This is the Flower Beauty Flower Pots blush in the shade Sweet Pea. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that. For some reason, I always use this blush in the fall and the winter, but I'm just gonna go ahead and smile and apply that to the apples of the cheeks, brushing backward over top of the highlight. I always apply highlighter first because I just feel like when you apply blush, it just blends everything together and there's no harsh lines between bronzer, blush, and highlighter. Ugh, I just love this blush. Maybe because it's more of a cool tone. It adds life to the skin, but it doesn't look too summery, you know? I feel like it's a beautiful color for fall and winter. Okay, for lips, I really wanted to use this one right here. This is the Honest Beauty Liquid Lipstick in the shade BFF. I actually just talked about this in a recent video where I shared with you guys my top fall lipstick picks. If you haven't seen that, I will have it linked down below or I'll have it right here. I'm not going to use a lip liner. I'm actually just going to apply this directly to the lips. I love this color. It's a little bit more of like a rosy brown mauve, and I think it's perfect for fall. I feel like you can get away with a little bit more of a bold lip during the fall. I don't know. So I just feel like this is a little bit more glamorous, but I actually feel like it would work for daytime. I'm gonna go ahead and touch up the brows with that same Hourglass pencil that I started with. All right, let's step back and assess the situation. In the monitor, it's looking like I could use way more bronzer, but in real life, I feel like it's almost there. I was gonna say I feel like it's good, but you know, it wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't add more bronzer. I'm gonna take what's left on the blush brush and just add a tiny bit more of that to the cheeks. All right, let's go ahead and set the face. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I'm gonna go ahead and spritz the entire face with this. The mist on this is absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness. I'm not being shy with this. It smells so good. All right, I'm gonna use my fan. And once the setting spray is almost dry, I like to take my sponge and just kind of press everything into the skin. Since I'm actually filming this in the morning and I'm gonna need my makeup to last all day long, I'm gonna take my Rimmel Stay Matte Translucent Powder or Transparent Powder, and I'm just gonna go ahead and press a little bit of that into the smile lines, on the chin, on the tip of the nose, and right here. And I also get a little bit oily right here in the brows sometimes, so I like to go ahead and mattify that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the inner corner. I'm gonna take this shade right here from the Revolution and Soph palette, and I'm just gonna pop that in the inner corner of the eye. I feel like highlighting the inner corner seriously completes the look. And I've also been really into highlighting this inner crease here. Just with the same shade, I'm just gonna take a little bit more and kind of scoop it around that area. And I just feel like it adds something really pretty when certain light hits your eyelid and you can see that highlight right here. I think it's so pretty. See that? I just really like it. I think it helps shape out my eyes as well. And I'm gonna pop a little bit of that same highlighter right underneath the brows. Well, I forgot to bring a brow gel up here, which I can't live without. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab that and then we'll be done with this look. All right, I'm back and I grabbed my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This is one of my favorite products ever. It's just a clear brow gel and it makes my brows stay in place all day. So I'm just gonna run that through the brows. I'm like out of breath because I ran downstairs. All right, you guys, so that completes this makeup look. I hope you enjoyed seeing me do my makeup in front of natural light. I always love filming these and I love how the makeup look turned out. Hopefully you guys get a good idea of what my makeup looks like when I'm outside of the studio lighting. Sometimes it's fun to compare the two, so I'm gonna get up just a little bit closer so you guys can see the eyeshadow and the skin and the lips and everything like that. Everything looks very smooth and it feels very hydrated and glowy and healthy. I'm really happy with how this look turned out. I feel like it's a very cozy makeup look and it fits with like sweaters, you know? I feel like it's perfect for the fall and even moving into winter months, these tones are really beautiful in the winter as well. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye. Oh wow, look how close that is. Oh my, that's really close.